You don't like
Yeah, and then you
don't like
left
pineapple?
No. I kind of, it's okay on things,
Steve, you're
in
so
things, but not in a vape. Not a big fan of it.
I would
in a
vape the crap out of a pineapple. I would do a lot of things to a pineapple.
Well,
Butt plug.
That's stating the obvious. Welcome to Monday/Tuesday, Amigos Co, where the panel members like to do inappropriate things to pineapples or vape them.
Speak for yourself.
Not at all. Yep. Hi, everybody. Hi to you at home in your face hole. Riz Crandall. Welcome to Riz Crandall. And welcome to Vegan Lapes. That didn't quite roll
Sounds like
off.
an Etsy store.
It does.
It's pronounced vegan labia.
Vegans. Hello to all the vegans out there as well. There's so many people in chat. It's going lit. It's off. It's going off the chain, fam.
We don't even need to be here. They're talking to each other. We're just going to sit here and watch them talk.
Yep. Yep. I can tell you what's going on. There's a lot of hellos and then Birdman talking about his stacks and Dave Lloyd buying more stuff. I didn't mean that.
I just want to know, if you took all of Birdman's tubes and you put them together, how far around the world would they get?
It would go from my house to Adam's house.
Yeah. Likely.
That's pretty far, right? It's
Yeah,
like a good
yeah.
You guys,
That's like 3 states.
Wait, you guys have states?
We have states.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Dennis Michael's here. David Lloyd's here. Birdman's here. T Gets is here. Ern's here. There's a lot of conversation. The Great Wombatsky is here.
Yes.
Matthew Welch is here. Chris Vandal's here. Pam, all the way from Canada, is here. I think that's it. That's our fam. If you're here and you're lurking, do throw a little something in the chat, just so we know you're here. Otherwise, it's just kind of weird, like watching Pornhub. You know, I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, how's it going, fellas? Vandal, your background is out of control. I'm probably just going to stare at it for the entire.
It just makes me wonder, what the fuck were you vaping on that day? It's red, it's green, it's radioactive. There's some serious clouds there, man.
I wish it was that cool looking. It just has blood in it. No, that's probably what's going to look like on my insides when I eat all those edibles I made this weekend. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw I made homemade edibles this weekend. I made a ton of edibles, and I made them super strong, and I get to give them away at work tomorrow, and I'm not telling anyone they're super strong, so it's good. That's all I'm doing, just nefarious things.
And of course, you know that nobody that you know and care about watches your show.
Yeah, no, I don't think that I care about anyone like that. Like, you know what I mean? And like, why the fuck would the boss that pays me to do my job like watch my show? Like, she's already got enough of me like at work. Like, oh, can I do this? Do we need to do this? Like, shut up, get out of my office. So like, why the fuck would you put me on here on purpose? You know what I mean? Like on accident. Do rich people go on YouTube? I guess I'm asking the wrong people. I don't know.
Well, they're the ones with you know, million subs or whatever. You know, they got all that going on.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
Nice.
Oh, and my shirt Anthony made me. It glows in the dark too.
Does it now? Awesome.
Yeah, let's see if I can make it happen.
My son has glow-in-the-dark T-shirts. It always freaks me out.
No, I can't. There's too many lights.
Yeah. There you go.
No, it's not going to work. Anyways, this is how I'm going to do the show.
Yeah.
I'll join you.
Angry.
We'll all just sit in the dark.
Yeah, but Steve, yours looks cool, man. Yours
Of course, mine looks cool. I'm
You
professional.
look like an AM radio guy before they invented electricity.
How's that work? Am I shouting into a bullhorn?
No, you just keep winding the box next to you. You just got to keep winding it.
Wind it up,
Wind
Daddy.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I said that.
Yep. Radio Daddy. You're listening to Radio Daddy on 79.69. Yeah. Beard Daddies. Smooth sounds of Beard Daddies.
On the topic of radio, I'm going to ask the two of you, and let's start out to chat as well. When was the last time you actually listened to the radio? Not just turned one on, but actually just like, I'm listening to the radio. I'm hanging out. I've got the radio on. I'm paying attention.
No, those kind of things to me are just like commercial TV. I cannot watch it. Last time I watched commercial TV was when I was in the dentist chair because they had one of the screens in the roof, you know, and and she handed me the remote control because I had to wait for 30 minutes or something like that while the procedure was happening, and she's like, watch what you want. And I just kind of looked at it and was like, this is a bit weird. I can't remember the last time I watched commercial TV, and then the ads started. And,
what time of the day were you there?
Lunchtime.
Oh, fuck.
Yep.
Daytime ads. The only time I see commercial TV now is when I'm at the waiting room in the doctor's, where you're in that comfortable position of sitting in that chair against the wall, and your head's like this.
You never face the TV
because the TV is like in the worst position. There's only one seat that looks good, and it's always like either the news or some shit ass talk show, or an infomercial. And if it's the first two, they're interspliced with really bad infomercials in between. It's like, we're going to talk about the news for 5 minutes, and then you're going to get 10 minutes of why you should buy this new grill, and then back to that. It's
But if you live in the States, all you hear on the radio, I advertise vapes. I do social media for vapes. I don't want to hear about your fucking Marlboro Views butt plug or whatever. 24/7, that's all that is on the radio now in the state. At least out here in Vegas, it's all like vape commercials. Vapes, get your views, get this, get your Marlboro, get this. It's like every 5 seconds. Yeah, and I gotta tell you, I work in it. I don't want to fucking hear it. You know what I mean? Like,
it couldn't be more polar opposite, is it? We're not allowed to advertise anything. We're not allowed to
you can get kicked off of Facebook if you pay for a paid boost on Facebook because you're not allowed to advertise nicotine products, but Big Tobacco can shove their views up your butthole all they want.
The reason I asked about the radio is when I was in high school, most of the radio didn't reflect me or my friends or anything, so didn't listen to it a lot. But we had a show. It was a 6-hour show once a week. It was on the national network, and it was alternative, unsigned, weird stuff, whatever. But it started at midnight, and it was like a school night or something. So I would always stay up, and I'd put on a tape, and I'd record and listen to the first half hour or whatever my tape was, 45 minutes for a 90-minute tape. I'd flip it, I'd hit record, turn the volume down, go to sleep. I'd check out the rest of it when I got up or during the next day, and then I'd sort of course, miss the last 4 hours of the show because I was never awake. That was pretty much the only time in my life that I've ever consciously paid attention to the radio. It's been around workplace shit, but I kind of ignore it. But weirdly enough, a couple of years later, I ended up in Sydney, and I was like a DJ for like a year and a half because that's what I did on Wednesday nights at 2 a.m. on Radio Skid Row, which is the university radio station. But that was a ton of fun. That was weird. Like I'd get together with my co-host, and we would walk through the streets of Sydney at like midnight with a box of records, walk into the university. We'd turn up. The last people would be there. We'd do the transition. They'd piss off. There's just like nobody there but us. And the next 4 hours, it's like freedom. We were just fucking around. We just like we had shows where we played the same record over and over and over, but we'd announce it as a different record every time. But then we just play it again. Our show was called Garden Time with Rick and Steve. We never talked about gardening.
Life's a garden. Dig it.
Artsy inner city weirdo kids trying to be edgy and failing miserably because we're 16 and don't know shit.
Back to the original, I haven't listened to radio for a long time. I listened to a little bit of digital radio, but there's no talkback or any of that kind of stuff going on there. That's more just a background thing, or we listen to a specific station for a specific genre or period of music, whatever. But I can't, getting back to the TV thing too, I can't watch TV because my constant question is, to the marketing and all of that situation is, do they really think people are that stupid? And,
It worked for years. I mean, it's funny you say that because I always think of like TV commercials as the ones, I don't know if you guys have them out there like this, but in the States, it's like those infomercials trying to sell you like a fucking bowl that has a lawnmower on it in case I want to hold some cookies and cut my lawn at the same time. And it's like, they say white people have no culture. Well, please explain the commercials. Or they're like, here's my nose tissue, right? And they're like, are you tired of not being able to get your tissue? Well, here's a dispenser for your tissue. And it's like that's that, yeah.
Look, I used to have a friend, and it took me literally about a week and a half to notice the pattern, and it never changed in the entire time I knew him. If he met a woman, he hit on her in the most sleazy, sidling up. There's a word for it now. They go, what is that? Soft boy.
Scumbag. Oh, soy boy, soft boy.
Yeah, he was just like trying to be helpful and nice and sleazy.
Soy boy? Really?
Yeah, he was just awful. Like you would dread taking him to places where you already knew people because you knew, like you give them warnings. Look, I'm gonna be bringing Ralph over. This is what's gonna happen. Oh, his name wasn't Ralph.
Oh, with a name like Ralph. Oh.
Yeah, but he was like that, right? And his theory was, eventually someone's going to say yes, and I'm going to get some. And the truth was, eventually someone said yes. He couldn't hold on to them. He couldn't keep them. But every now and then, he had a moment of success. It would last one date, then he'd annoy the crap out of them. And this advertising stuff is exactly the same. They don't give a shit if they annoy a lot of people, and they don't give a shit if you watch it and you go, yeah, it's garbage. That's obviously crap. I'm not going to buy that. There's always going to be that small percentage that goes 1-800 dial now. Fuck, I'm on it. You know, if you call in the next 5 minutes, but this ad plays every 10 minutes and it says that every time.
Yeah.
So clearly that's a constant thing.
Yeah.
But it gets people. It does work. There's always someone that will fall for it.
Yeah.
There's a whole channel in the States called QVC, and it's the Home Shopping Network, and it's just like the most plastic fucking people you've ever seen. And they're like, oh, check out this onion chopper. It's like, oh, this would be great when I'm chopping onions. And like, it's like they're always like this. Like, you don't eat onions. You can't even fucking move your lips. They're so full of Botox. Like, get out of here.
I love it when you tune in and there's like some girl and she's like, what, 24? And she's showing off these clothes and she's talking about these beautiful clothes. You should buy it. And they're like granny clothes.
Yeah.
It's like rose floral prints with every single color on it and big floofy sleeves and pleated skirts down to the floor. She's like, this is gorgeous. Oh, and then come out with something else. I'm like, you're really just chilling the shit out of this. You don't like I can see you on the weekend. You're wearing like the 2-inch mini skirt because fuck that shit.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you look great while wearing this churning butter. It's like, and it's like you look like an Amish immigrant in 1812.
Just quietly, fresh churned butter is outstandingly good. Yeah.
Is there such a thing as Amish Pornhub? And where can I find it?
That's what Google's for.
I think it's all the pictures inside of a barn that they scrape in with a knife because they don't use electricity. It's kind of like caveman drawings. What are those called? Petroglyphics? Is Steve Googling it right now? Let's find out.
I found it. It's a subset on Pornhub.
Yeah, but if it's that Mia Khalifa chick or whatever her name is, you know it's not authentic.
But you see, here's the thing. I sometimes I have suspension of disbelief. I can watch Flash, and I know that they filmed it in high speed, and everyone else is being really slow. And he's running around the room. I know it's fake. He's not that fast. I can deal with that. But Amish Pornhub, how are they powering their cameras? How's that okay? They got good lighting in there. Like, how's that lighting? Is someone churning the lights?
Stamp tattoos.
Like, yes.
I'm a good little worker bee, and it's like it says like SLUT on across her back. Like, no, you're not.
Pierced nipples and like a half pound of metal hanging from her crotch. I'm like, you sure you're Amish? You look more like
Matthew
a Catholic
Welch
to me.
Answer to your question. I'm not going to read it out loud.
Yeah. I was going to say something to do with horses as well, but that probably
I like Matthew's answer there.
Far more inappropriate.
Yeah.
Let's. We should get this out of the way before we start getting crazy. Let's do the buffet. Yeah, the buffet.
Buffet.
Let's do it.
The buffet.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Steve?
I'm vaping on this because I've been vaping on this for a couple of weeks, and I'm still vaping on it, and I still like it, and it's still got vanilla iced coffee, which I got a bit left. That's some good stuff. I'm also vaping on this because this is good. This is solid. It's got 2 batteries in there. It's got lots of power. It's got beautiful little coil in there. Not too correctly. And Stroopwafel. Stroopwafel. Call now.
Call now. Your review on that dropped today, didn't it? I got to watch that.
It did. It dropped this morning.
Nice. That's hey,
That's
everyone behave in the chat, you cheeky fuckers. Behave. Thank you. Yep.
That's fucking you.
Yep. And that's it, Stephen? That's all you're vaping?
Seems like Dave Lloyd has like really narrowed down my personal niche. It's exactly what I want. I want 1970s content with late 20s video quality. It's a hard thing to find, but if you can mash those together, that's exactly what I want.
So Steve's saying his porn name would be Charlie Clappin' Cheeps. So Charlie Chaplin.
Wow. That's more information about Steve than I'm sure many of us needed to know.
Hey, I like my women to look like women, not pubescent mannequins.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Says the guy that's obviously never had sex with a mannequin.
Are you sure about that?
Clearly.
Really?
Sometimes I'm like, I could test Steve. No, I can't, man. He's been around forever. He's done everything. Is that all you got though, Steve? One thing?
Two things.
Is it two? Oh, okay.
That's it. That's all I got today.
Nice.
The other stuff's all shit.
And that's the review.
Check out the review later.
Oh dear.
I can say that. This isn't my channel.
I don't think anyone has this channel anymore.
No, Ian. If Ron Jeremy enters, I leave. Every time.
So I'll go next.
Yes.
Vape
Cake.
And
yeah, and
really old juice.
Also,
no, actually, I just wicked it. Yeah, Tropical Homeboy, and then my Caliburn. Anarchist orange.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
Represent.
Oh hell yeah! Do you live long and let the force be with you?
I found it. It was hidden at the bottom of the bucket. Not that bucket. The t-shirt. Everything lives in buckets in my house. I have a t-shirt bucket. I have a pant bucket. I have a socks, underwears, and scarves bucket. I got rid of like
basket.
No. They're just for clothes, for clean ones. I have a laundry basket, and then I have a t-shirt. I've told you this before. T-shirt bucket, pant bucket, other stuff bucket. And they're tall, and I just throw my clothes in there. It's much easier than having to put them in drawers. As I've said before, and Bree Sons gave me the same look at the same time. You've got to work with your strengths and use your strengths to defeat your failings. I don't like to fold. I don't like to put things in drawers, so I have buckets. It works for me.
Yeah.
I don't like drawers either. I like to hang up everything or fold my pants, hang up my shirts. Like
I don't like to hang things up.
Yeah.
Well, with that,
that's just my ex-girlfriend.
Whoa.
But she was into that.
Snowcap Mods step with a GT4S on there from Typhon. Some of that. Another Typhon on the Hummingbird with a white battery because it's not very matchy. That's a GT1. Little MTL action on the Hummingbird Shift Plus. And this one, Steve. This one is the Paramore.
You're not supposed to be vaping on that yet.
Well, I got to test the devices, don't I?
I thought we were all going to start at the same time.
Well, yes, we are. But if the devices don't work, that would be a problem. This is... I don't even know who makes this.
It looks like a Nixie tube. I like that.
Yeah. And there you go. That is the MechLife official and Fallout vape and Mr. Just Right. Just Right 1. That's the Paramore. It's been out for a little while, but it's a very tiny little device. I've got it in 21700 mode. But sitting on there is the Steam Tuner's Edge RTA with the extension tube, which I need to refill because I've been vapping it. But we're going to be using this device, which was graciously provided by Fossil Vaping here in...
Want to say that again?
Fossil Vape.
Flip it around.
Vape Fossil.
That's it.
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
Shit, man. Oh, his name is Fossil. It's Anyway, I
If you're gonna shout them out, you got to get it right.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But this is the device we're going to use for a little panel calibration fun. But the edge is the Bang & Tank. It's proper banging. So I've been vaping that just because I want to get used to this tank a little bit so I can talk about it. But yeah.
Very nice.
Can you say the word fuselage for me, Adam?
Fuselage.
Oh, okay. That was disappointing.
Fuslaggy? Why? What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Fuselage? Where fuselage? Yeah. Fuselage. Yeah. Yeah, but that's all I got to say about that. My first steam tuners product, though.
Yeah.
I can see why everyone gets nuts about them because it's a very, very nice machining and nice manufacturer.
How's the threading?
Really good. Really, really good. It's I don't know. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Limelight stuff. Just as far as like, you know, when tolerances are so good that it kind of feels like you have to be really, really precise when you're putting things together, you know, and because the threadings and whatnot is so spot on, you've got to be careful that you don't, you know, round things and all that sort of stuff. And I kind of get the same vibe from both of those companies. Obviously, Steam Tuners has been making a lot of stuff for a long time.
I watched Todd's review, which you shared with me, and he made a big point of just talking about not over tightening things and being very careful. Don't try to squeeze that tank too hard when you're trying to take it off, all that sort of stuff. You want to you want a gentle touch. Yeah,
it's very similar also to the Typhon stuff, which also has, you know, plastic threads and whatnot. And but yeah, really, really good. Very, very nice. Outstanding little addy, which we will talk about on the Aussie Vape Show. I'm going to get these out to everybody, so hopefully we'll be able to do that this weekend. But yeah,
I don't know. Now you're talking like 3 days of mail.
Yeah, it could be close. Could be very close.
Very close.
Yeah, could be very close. Or worse, that 2 of us get it and the other 2 are still waiting for it. So yeah, yawn fest.
Dave Lloyd?
Well, you guys all live in the same
Tinfoil.
general area, right?
No.
Ish?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Steve and Birdman live probably the closest to each other, and I'm triple the distance away from both of them, and Squiddly is like 10 times the difference away from all of us. So yeah,
So Birdman can come over if Legion gets his and sit on his lap, and they could review it together.
It's still an 11-hour drive from my place to his.
His takes two of his mods, put them together, and then you could pull each other with it because it's 20 feet long each one.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be 20 feet long or 2.5 beards. Yeah.
Yeah.
That many beards?
Maybe.
It'd be even funnier.
2.5 of mine, one of Birdman's.
In metric
beards.
Yeah.
Metric beards.
Let's do a GoFundMe so you guys we'll pay for you guys the meat, and then like Birdman will do a video, and then Steve just pops out of his beard.
Hi. Damn. Yeah. No beard shaming.
See, that's where we need that macro lens I was telling you about, because you could you could take a shot of Birdman and then slowly zoom in to the entire screen that's filled with beard, and then you move into the beard and in there, and you go all the way into the back, and right at the back of the beard, there I am sitting having a cup of tea.
I wonder, Birdman, do you ever get animals up in your beard? Like they just find them, you know? Like let us know in the chat.
He's answered that question many times, and I think generally the answer is yes.
I want to ask a question. How many of these do you think are out in the world?
I have
fucking many.
Yep. I know they've got to provide it, and that's a USB-C, so that one will stay. But they must
That's a nice one.
Yeah. Well, it's not even super short. It's okay. It's all right. We'll see. Probably not good for high-speed data, but yeah.
Whenever I get a USB-C thing and a vape device, I use it for literally everything else except for that device. That's USB-C.
What do you think is more wasteful? Every vape product in the world having a 3-inch power-only USB, or every vape company in the world having a decent-sized, properly configured, can be used for data as well? I have buckets and buckets of those things. I don't even use them even when I review it, like the reason I can pull it out and say, and it's got this, every time I show the USB, you can see it's still fully wrapped. Even if it's a internal battery, I've got a big charging bay down there. I've got like tons of, it's like spaghetti junction. All these cables come off. Never use those fucking things. I have a massive, again, I have another bucket of them that I've just saved. It's like every time I get rid of a box, I just throw them in there.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought of an idea. You just inspired me. What if every vapor that we can reach out to all consolidated all their wires together? We could make some money on some copper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I think once you got them all together and you sell them, and then you got to sit there and do the paperwork. Okay, so you get 12 cents, and Adam gets 59 cents because he's got a lot. Steve, that's about $1 for the poundage that you provided. I mean,
Poundage.
It really wouldn't be worth it.
Well, if the world goes like all crazy, like post-apocalyptic, if you guys ever need copper wire for your new settlements, let me know. There's like a bajillion in my desk.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think you bring up a good point, though. But but what's the price difference between a data transfer cable and just a power, transfer cable? Surely it's not that much more.
It's an extra piece of wiring, right?
Aside from packaging space,
yeah,
it is extra wiring there, and it's sort of like you want it to be properly shielded and shit. But aside from packaging space, putting in a 3-inch cable and putting in like something of a decent length, like a meter, it's not going to be a huge amount of difference in price. The expensive parts are the ends, not the middle part. That's measured in cents. Give us a cable in our vape thing that we will end up using for other things. Like it'll be and brand it. It's smart. Brand it and make it big and useful. And I will use it for all sorts of stuff. And I'll keep you in mind. Make it 3 inches long, and I'll toss it in the corner and never ever touch it. Or.
Well, Inikin were kind of going that way, weren't they? With those lanyard combined situations. Yeah.
David Lloyd. I can't remember, but I think there was I'm not going to name drop it or anything, but there was a company that made the mods. This was like 3 or 4 years ago, and they're like, oh, you have to update your firmware from your computer, but the cables they provided, you couldn't transfer data.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, granted, most people, if you vape and stuff like that, like you have like a data transfer cable or something, but it's like that's something that they need to think about if you have firmware updates and stuff like that, especially with some of these higher end, like expensive pieces, that have like the firmware stuff. You got to have that included with it, and then stop relying on other people to have it, or just do a universal fucking cable for once. Finally, like I don't care if it's Apple, I don't care if it's Android, just make one cable for everything. Like
you know what I like. You know what I like to see? When you get a vape device that takes external batteries, and you open the box and there's no cable in there, I was like, okay, that's cool. They've saved some money and they haven't wasted. I don't have another one to worry about. And then you sit and you're looking at it going,
there's no plug.
There's no port. I'm like, good. Why the fuck would there be a port in there? There doesn't need to be a port. I'm never going to use the port. Just give me a battery charger. I like it when I see that.
Yeah, what happened to? You made me think of was it the Pug? I can't remember the gentleman. He did the Colorado and
oh yeah.
But the Pug was that internal battery, and it had 3 or 4 different ports on it, and everyone was like, "Yay! Look at this! That's an awesome idea!" And then that was it.
Yeah. No one ever used it.
You can tell when it's an awesome idea because the moment they show the awesome idea on Instagram, someone else is making one.
Yeah.
Like that absolutely. As soon as you see an awesome idea, everyone's already making one. If nobody does it, nobody takes it up. Might not have been the best idea in the first place.
Yeah, I can't remember. I want to say Vapes by Anushi, but it's not Vapes by Anushi. It's the
no,
other guy.
it's
Vaporgate. Thank you, Matthew Welch.
Yes.
Vaporgate. There you go. I thought that was a great idea, but need little plugs to hide up all the other ones you're not going to use,
And you got to think, all that dust, leakage points, extra hardware in there that you're paying for that you're never going to use because seriously, it's got a USB-C, it's got a micro USB. Do you need all those? Didn't have a serial port.
If you plugged in all 3 at once to dedicated power bricks that you plug in, could it charge it faster?
Definitely don't try that at home. But that's a great idea.
I was going to ask if someone would do it and send it to it. No.
Yeah. I also like Matthew Welch's comment there. Cables for advocacy. We definitely need to advocate, for the freedom of the USB cable. Surely there should be a subgenre less than 3 inches. I'm talking about cables, by the way. And yeah, Worldwide Cables Group. Yeah. Speaking of which, not speaking of which, really bad transition. I've got so many batteries. I'm about to do my battery swap over that I haven't done in 2 years, and I need to do that. And I've got so many batteries, and I'm worried about taking them somewhere because it's not just like 3 or 4. I have like 20 batteries. I got to get rid of them. So this is the yearly public safety announcement to all you vapors out there. Change your batteries over. Follow the lead of David Lloyd. Buy some molar cells. Get it, and change your batteries over and stay safe.
Take all your batteries, solder them together, positive to negative, all the way around, one big block. Install one little switch there, and you go to your local tobacco store. Just pop it in the front door. Flick the switch, run like fuck.
Stephen, that's...
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do anything you hear on here.
No. But, yeah. Look after yourselves. Look after your batteries. All that sort of thing. Yeah.
Speaking of views and stuff, right, man, your bacon roll video is still slapping. I get emails at least twice a week on the email for our Amigos email. You got 2 today comments on it, people saying they loved it and tried it in different stuff and all that stuff. So I'm putting you on the spot here live. When are you going to upload another fun video like that?
Another fun video?
I know you're up to your eyeballs right now, too. I'm just being an asshole.
It's 100%. I think about it all the time because I actually really had a lot of fun doing that. And, there's no doubt that there's a bit of a space missing for the details that most people don't care about. So it'd be nice to have some content out there, kind of getting into that airflow wicking situation. I'd love to, but I often feel I guess that's a confidence thing. I don't necessarily feel that the subject matter has enough legs to stand on for a video. I guess that's the main thing. Yeah.
Have you seen my channel?
10,000 views. Legion has like 80,000 followers. Come on, man. If he could do it,
not
half the
quite,
time
right.
he's just like scratching his belly, like drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I think we've said this before, but well, thank you, Ern. It does mean a lot. And I think the things needs to be an updated version because a lot of people have said stuff about Scottish rolls and like all sorts of things, and there's a lot of things perhaps I need to reiterate or update. I mean, I even had a steel jaw in that video, and I can't watch it because it looks like I'm a cyborg. But I'd like to do an amended, situation. Yeah. Maybe do some actual wicking, but
Look, you've got a new camera, you've got new lights, you've got a cage. You're a filmmaker. Go for it.
I am. Well, this is 100%. I am now officially real deal.
Well, finally, we got a photographer on the panel.
Yeah. Yeah. Finally. I can take shitty photos with the best of them. There's no doubt.
Just do my favorite one, the one I see all the time. Just a bottle on top of a black surface. Wow. Creative. That's great.
And then another one
I'm talking shit.
below.
I'm looking at you people right now. I hate it.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to get those reflections exactly where you want and just nice and soft.
Windex and a paper towel. There you go.
I actually, when I started, and I actually found them the other day, when I started and I wanted to do product photography and I started taking tons of shots and just trying to perfect rim lighting and backlighting and keeping everything clean. I've got shots that are hidden away on my, not hidden very well. They're on my Facebook page. I've got a shot of a sponge, a used sponge. I've got a product promo shot of an empty, unwashed spaghetti jar with all the spaghetti on the inside. Just because it's like, okay, that one, okay, I'll take a picture of that. And then I would spend like 3 hours trying to get the lighting right to make a sponge look as good as possible.
Not
It's
easy.
a lot of it's not easy being boring.
Yeah. I was actually looking at Danielle Judd, some of her shots.
Yeah.
She's a regular viewer of the Sunday show, and obviously does it. That's her job. She's a photographer. You know, I think she said fine art and photographing products and things like that. And it's amazing when you learn a little bit about photography, and then you look at the actual content of what, you know, I guess, you know, real photographers do, and it's just like, holy shit, how did you do that? You know, out of control. Very, very good. I mean, and I would also put you both into that same situation. Photography skills are unbelievable.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Can we talk about you know, those details about videos, and secretly, as I write things down when people say it, you know, what would you want to see? What do you want to see? You know, what do you want to know about? Do you care about you know? Because I want to know, like, how.
You mean like my gripe? What, like, substance behind it? Effort. That's all I want to see is effort. Like, try something new, try something different. It's like I can't stand vape content. Like, I unfollowed like probably 100 people on Instagram because, like, I get it. We're here. I'm on a vape show right here with you guys. I vape. I advocate for vaping. I work at a vape company. But I don't want to see the same picture over and over and over again with just a different product in the same spot on the same thing. And I get it. That's my personal. This is my old white guy on a soapbox griping thing, you know, complaining about stuff. But it's like, don't put DM me for rates in your bio when you're doing the same photo over and over again, or if it looks like everyone else's, because when I scroll a feed, I can't tell who's doing what because it's all the same shit. You know, like, they'll throw some glitter in there, like put a colored light behind it, or do something, focus on the details. You don't have to get the whole bottle in the picture either. You can focus on the art, on the graphic if it's good looking, you know what I mean? Like, try. That's all I'm saying.
There's a tried and true formula. You get a girl, you get her tits out, you cover her in tattoos, you ultra smooth her skin. If she's got really detailed tattoos, make sure you don't smooth the tattoos. There should be a visual blur line, and you get her going, or, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. I think that was
it's a tried and true formula every time, but you gotta have the tits and smoothing.
But that's
why I haven't started, because my tits are saggy and old.
And I get that sex does sell, but here's the thing: I will tell you from being in an industry, no one's gonna buy your products. You know what they're doing? They're trying to get that girl to pay attention to them. They don't. Yeah, they don't want. No one's gonna buy a bottle of boobob juice because some chick has it in her boobobs. You know what I mean?
Well, the first thing they do is they go, "That's a great picture. She's hot." They read what's underneath. There's a link to her own page. Boom, straight over there. I want to see more of her. They don't go to the page and go, "Well, anarchist, I've never heard of them. Oh, they've got lots of e-liquid." No, fuck that. They go over her and she's got boobs here, boobs on the beach, boobs in her backyard. Oh, look, there's boobs in her bathroom, boobs in her kitchen. Oh, she's got boobs. Everywhere she goes, the boobs are there. It's like they're attached to her.
And, like, man, maybe this is just me. Like, Graham Basky put it in there. Boobs plus Blad lighting equal 100K subs. Yes. Like, porn's free on the internet. And, like, I'm not trying to make fun of nobody or anything or any of that stuff. But if you had, like, you know, in the less chauvinistic way I can explain this, if you had the opportunity to go up to the girls on the hub or the girls on your Instagram, and it's like, oh, these girls both like you, which one are you choosing? The one that's going, or the one that can put her legs behind her head and lick her elbows? You know what I mean? Like,
you know what?
You guys are selling yourself short. You guys are simping out so hard for crappy e-juice and a girl's blotchy pictures. Like, stop.
I think you've got a point. The whole idea, and it's not just the vape world, the idea that sex sells has been an advertising truism. But I think we're kind of at that tipping point in the world, just the way things are now, where that may no longer be true and may become less true every day. When sex is,
it's everywhere now.
It's accessible. It may not be real sex. It may just be on a screen. You can't get through it, but it's there. It's free. It's easy. It's not, you don't, I mean, even in the early days of the internet, you had to know where to go to find the picture that would take forever to download. Now you've got like live streaming and constant on-demand video and like every niche, Amish porn, everything that you can think of is there.
VR.
Why?
Like,
yeah, you can have VR porn. Why would you? Why would you be concerned? Like, oh, there's a picture of a girl with her tits slightly covered. Yes,
Yeah.
certain. But I mean, slightly uncovered. Yeah,
yeah. And I know why the guys are doing this, because when you're on Instagram or you're on social media, because like, don't get me wrong, if you look at who I'm following, it's big butts and booze, but I'm not in the comments leaving flowers. You are so lovely things. It's like, oh, like the photo, scroll on. But it's because you're so used to using social media, right? It's where we hang out now. It's where we talk to each other. You feel like that's your chance to shoot your shot. Like, you think that, oh, we're both on this Instagram thing. Oh, this person's nice, or this chick's this, or whatever. You know what I mean? Comforting and all this stuff. And because you both are on Instagram, you think there's a chance. Tell that to the 800 dudes that commented before you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I wonder that I've got the problem. Yeah, because I'm not doing that. You know.
No, you're sensible.
Well, no, but Matthew Welsh is saying there, sex has lost its edge, and I think there's a bigger thing here. And probably, I mean, we're all, Gen X or older, so there's no doubt that. Sorry, that was a very broad comment. We're all of age, and I would say, there's not many sub 28 people here, sub 28 years old. In the same vein, we've all seen marketing change its ways, through the 80s, through the 90s, early 2000s, what it's been like in the last 20 odd years as well. And in the same vein, brand belief and trust is a huge talking point, and people get into brands because, not necessarily, or that maybe they got in from an image first and then they saw the product was insane. I think people are smarter, and they have already formed opinions about whether they trust that brand or, believe in that brand from the second, that they see
presentation.
Anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
first impressions is valid right here with that.
Yeah.
100%. So like, if I was to put my hat on, there's very little brands that I have that have my trust and belief because of that fact that they're marketing exactly like you said, Chris. If you want to have an incredible product, and then the very first marketing exercise you do involves any of the rubbish that we've just been talking about, that's it. It's gone. What's that famous? Like it takes years to build trust and seconds to pull it away. Like that rings. I'm sorry, I'm ranting here, but that's the
no, that's fair enough.
Hardcore thing. I just
Well, talking about trust. I got a Facebook message on my Legion Vapes channel or page, so I had to switch accounts, went over there, and most people contact me through either email or Instagram or some other thing. Very few people use Facebook to contact me, so I'm not usually logged into that side of things. So I might forget about things for a while. But she sent me this message saying, what does it cost you to do a review, et cetera, blah, blah. I'm like, it's always free. Just send me the product and I will happily review it. Can you tell me more about your company? Because I looked at her and there's nothing on her page, Chinese, nothing on her page about brand or anything. A couple of dodgy pictures of some weird looking vapes. And so I kind of missed it for a day or two. And then she comes back and she's like, I send you 3 vapes, you review, okay? I'm like, yeah, I still need to know more about your company before I do that. And by the way, just so you know, I can't review any disposables, Australian law, etc. She comes back and says, again, I send you 3 vapes. I'm like, no, yeah, I need to know more. She sent me a cut and paste of the info blurb on their company's website.
No.
I'm like, it doesn't tell me that much, but it gave me a name, which I then hunted, and I went to her page, or the page of the company, and yep, there's a list of all. They've got like 400 products. They are all the same. They are all disposable. I go, I can't do any disposable vapes. Do you have anything that's not disposable? And she starts talking about something else, and I'm like, again, I can't do any disposable. It took me a while to get that through her head. I had to say like 5 times, I can't review any disposable vapes. I don't think I can help you. While I'm doing that, I'm flicking through the page of all the cheap and nasty. Do you remember those lollipops you used to get when you were a kid and you hit the button and they'd spin on the tip? It's basically, and they were always like not even Chupa Chup quality. They were like low grade lollipops in a low grade plastic thing, and it had
It
a
tasted
paper,
like the sucker. The sucker
Yeah.
tasted like the plastic.
and they'd have a paper wrap around it. So, whatever's cool right now it would be branded, but it's just a paper sticker on it, right? This is what their vapes look like. Until I scrolled down and I saw one, I was like, Rick and Morty brand. Clicked in. Wow. So you got shit for IP for using the Rick and Morty. I remember that. You've stripped that from it, but now it's just got like an ugly ass sticker with a picture of watermelon or whatever on it. And it's still called the Rick and Morty. Because you couldn't be bothered.
You're not even trying.
You changed the graphics, but you couldn't be bothered changing the name. All of this, like I said, talking about trust.
Yeah.
I had to force her to give me some information. What she said was cut and paste. I was losing trust. I looked at her stuff. She couldn't seem to conceptualize the difference from a reviewer's point of view of disposable and something decent. And then as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't care what you have. I'm not reviewing for you. Like,
I'm gonna ask the question that I asked at 1:10. Are people really that stupid?
Yes.
Here's the thing. Was it I'm not dissing anyone here, Chinese manufacturer?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens is, I just want to bring a little bit of light to not, to just give them a little bit of respect for it. You got to think about it like this with a lot of these companies, too. And I think, it's because I deal with them nonstop all day for the work pages. You know how, you would go, if anyone here in the States or wherever you guys are, you can go get, a telemarketing job right away and you just read the script?
Yeah.
That's what these people are doing. They go through these people, every week they go through, and if you can't get sales, they just fire you right away. And then the next person comes on, you have zero training, and it happened to you. Just send them this, send them the blurb, send them that. And then, they have no idea what they're selling. They know it's called the Rick and Morty and it's watermelon. And then, like you said, there's no trust in that because you can't even instill enough of, training in your employees to know the basic, the basic breakdown of your stuff. And then you wonder why no one wants it. It's it could have been the best vape in the world, but you never would know because you don't want to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You overlook anything that any innovation, any
quickest way to get to the dollar.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's
It's the first time a company of that level recently has contacted me for reviews. I get 100 fucking messages on Instagram or all sorts of places asking me if I want to buy them. Just distribution.
Yeah.
Mixed in with 45 different messages for batteries. We have batteries in stock. Would you like to buy? Order now. It also gets really annoying when it's they're I've never contacted them. They send me, yes, we now have these batteries in stock. You can order them. But the headline is RE invoice number 139. I don't have an invoice with you. Why is that?
Yeah.
To get you interested. Oh, what did I buy? If you don't remember, you didn't buy it. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
And then well, I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. God damn it. Oh, it
butt
was
plugs.
Real ragey. Oh yeah, butt plugs.
Yep. See, I don't get any of those. I mean, obviously, I don't I don't have the profile of you, Steve. But I don't get that. Do you want to buy these or any of that?
I get them all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's because Steve has a huge.
Yeah.
Steve has a huge following. He's well known in the community and stuff like that. But it's funny because they message we don't really post. We haven't posted I run the Amigos Instagram page. So if you ever talk to anyone on there, guys watching, it's me. But. We don't. I haven't I don't have a lot of time to manage the page and put a lot of content on there. A lot of times I'd repost Steve's pictures or repost Adam's pictures. Not a lot of mine because I get paid to do my work and I keep it at work.
Hold on. I just clicked over to the comments on my. I keep my channel information open all the time, and I clicked over to the comments. And as we're sitting here talking, the company that I was talking about left a comment. So it's not the same person. It's another person.
Same message.
They've got the email person. They've got a person spamming YouTube. Hello, could you make a video? Use our vapes and how much for a video? On a video that was out 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And they go back on your old videos so they don't get in trouble for trying to solicit you.
I'm just removing that.
These companies are going crazy right now because, like I was saying about the Amigos page, there's no products on there. You don't see Adam's Coils, you don't see Steve's Mods or any of that stuff on there. And we still get hit in the DMs of the Amigos page where it's just bumpers or graphics for the show. Hey, would you like to buy this? 5 billion puffs, no charge. You buy now. Like these companies, anything that's vape related, they just go after it. And like Facebook is the absolute worst. I hate, like I'll go into work, turn on Facebook, open up the browser, messages. And like you said, no one communicates in these companies. Same fucking person with a different username from the same company 100 times with the same fucking thing. It's like, you're pushing people away from you because if you
I have a serious question though. It's very, very clear that there's tiers. Okay, we would talk about the US, the UK, Australia, none of that. The Asian manufacturing market, there are tiers. There is some very, very highly respectable, well-managed companies. Anakin is a great example. They are a solid company. Vaporessa is a pretty solid company. Geek Vape, they're a pretty solid company. You have come and go in their social media department, but these companies are usually pretty good. They figure things out. They're at the point where they make a video and go, let's post this on the social media that only does Malaysia because Americans get shitty when someone looks that young or whatever. They're smart about it. And then there's the bottom feeding level. There's literally like just in it for a quick buck. Fast factory turnover, no quality control, don't trust. And they used to be, and this is the question, seems to me that 4 or 5 years ago, there was that much to that much on top. And now there is that much in the bottom and that much on top.
Yeah.
That top hasn't really shrunk. It's this side that has grown in proportion. Hold on, I got someone at the door. Mail or something.
Oh, live. You've seen it here live on the Amigos Co channel.
A kangaroo jumps in and starts kicking his ass live on the ground.
Yeah. Well, someone will come in. Do you have licenses for all of those buckets? This is
It's the vape salesman. I was messaging him.
Yeah. We heard what you said on.
Try these pods, mother.
Yeah.
Steve comes back all beat up and bruised a pod in his ear.
We'll go through that later.
Nice. Yeah. It's obviously it's the grey area of where everybody sits. I mean, even with China now, with their upcoming regulations and that whole situation. I mean, there's so much change coming. It's huge.
The question I wanted to ask is such a huge difference in the landscape of Chinese manufacturing from then to now, and what happened in the middle there is vaping epidemic, teens. Oh my god. All of that, did that create the bottom feeding market? Did unscrupulous businessmen hear that teens are vaping and there's an epidemic and go, well, we could make some money off that?
I have a theory about this, but
go ahead, Adam.
I was just going to say, there's no doubt that people in business to make a buck, whether they let me start by saying there's no doubt that people in a certain industry have a full understanding of that industry, and that's across the board. You could go to a material store and the salesperson that's there talking to you knows nothing about material. They're just there as a retail staff member, right? So there's that. Then there's also businesses that get into an industry because they realize it's either exploding or the sheer fact of volume of consumers. Tobacco, like combustibles, people who smoke, people who want to put things in their lungs, is a ginormous per human,
a billion people easily.
Right? So you got these companies that can go, cool, we can change our manufacturing into this. Or, like those companies, what you're saying, Steve and Chris, how many of those companies are just shell companies to get somebody else to manufacture it? We put our own crap on it and sell it, so there's all of that. The private labeling. I get
so many requests, and when you look at it, it's all OEM. It's like you brand it yourself.
OEM manufacturing, that's all it is.
Yeah. So,
and a lot of it, if you look at it, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That.
No, that's all right. What I meant to say is that they're all trying it on for size, so they know nothing about this industry. Like the few that I have encountered where they've inboxed me is, nicotine vapes or whatever, and I just write back saying, do you understand our legislation in this country? And they write back and say no. And then that's it. Then I block them. It's just like you're not even taking that one step to go. Actually, if I was going to target you, for retail as a good salesperson who understands which market they're coming into, that would be the first thing that I look at. Are these even allowed?
You're looking at it ethically, you know what I mean? And when it comes to making money business-wise, like, don't get me wrong, there are some companies that do things ethically, and yes, I applaud them, but there's 10 times more that don't. Yep. And you're the 1 out of 50 that said, did you check the laws? And the other 49 said, oh, I can get 400 disposables for like $20, $200, whatever the price is. It's all mine. And that's exactly what you said. It's all shelf stuff. If you look at disposables, besides like big brands that are big, like branded ones, they're all the same fucking disposable. They're all the same. They're all the same. They just have different branding. They just have I'm not talking crap about this brand or anything, but like Yayas or whatever, you see 1,000 vapes out there look just like this, and the only thing that changed is the name on it. I'm not saying that Yaya does that, but that's what it is. Yeah. And so all they're doing is you're white labeling stuff, like I'm manufacturing it, you just put your name on it, you put your name on it. And that's not a new recipe. So say you got mango butthole flavor. It's the same mango butthole flavor in every other disposable vape that's out there. Then they come from China.
Yeah. I have a strong feeling that the companies that are making this, like I said, the bottom feeder level products, the same factory is being used to make remote control little battery fans you find in dollar stores, or those spinning lollipops that I mentioned, or just that general low level cheap dollar store shit that you see across the world everywhere. The same factories, the same companies, the same people. They may have, like you said, shell companies, like they might have 15 of them. One makes like really shitty dolls, one makes really shitty kitchen appliances or tools, one makes vapes, one makes cat guns.
Yeah.
Or their retail, exactly when you click on something and it'll take you to one, vendor, then it gives you another platform of a vendor, so they've got their sales available on, 14 different platforms that none of them are it's insane. If people just ask more questions, maybe a lot of this shit would not even make it to retail level. Yeah.
But the thing is, that's another thing that's sad about like what's going on here with, the vape world is that you have these companies. I call them predatory. They're definitely predatory. They're jumping on a trend, or they're jumping on what people use, or as a smoking cessation device, and all this stuff. And they're just doing it because someone's gonna buy it, and it's making us look bad. The users, it's making the manufacturers, and it's making the people that do care look bad because. Here in the States, what was the biggest thing? Juuls, disposables, Juuls, disposables. That's when you ask someone that doesn't vape, what's the name they know? Juul, disposable, Juul, disposable. So while they're out here raping the industry and taking everyone else's money and putting out inferior products with zero effort behind it, they're also putting us in the ground. And then when that, if it got banned, right? It got banned across the world. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to move to the next industry and do that. And the next one and do that, and the next one and do that. I hate it. I hate that.
Well, this is why I full applaud Inikin for spending money on the, the marketing and advertising they're doing. Have you seen those photos of all over the UK? Giant billboards and cool lights and all that sort of stuff talking about the cessation method, or this technology, like 100%.
Informative.
Yeah, I might not own, and I was saying this to somebody recently the other day, I don't own a lot of Inikin products, and, they're not necessarily in my wheelhouse, but full respect to, a company like that's putting their money where their mouth is as opposed to, the sales and situation.
Yeah. And this isn't just coming from foreign people or anything like that from wherever you are. This isn't just Chinese market. It's like Steve pointed out a couple shows back. There are people in the Western worlds that are doing this with their stupid subscription services and all this stuff that have no information. We're just going to send you some bull crap and tell you it's going to help you without telling you how it helps you or how it's going to help you or how to help you with it. And those ones fail a lot harder because They tried to put a little bit of effort, but you could see the difference of trying with zero effort and a tiny little bit of effort. Because if you try with zero effort, that's what you expect. Whatever, it's a crap OEM manufacturer or something like that, blah, blah, blah. But when you have the companies like Steve was pointing out with that, they tried a little bit, right? It looks a little professional, sounds a little bit good, but it seems off. It's that weird guy your aunt brings to dinner that she just met. You know what I mean? Like...
I have a question. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was done.
No, I have a question about that. Let's just say Steve was like, yeah, send them to me. And then Steve puts up a video with his, tens of thousands of followers and goes, this is absolute balls. Don't buy it. This company is shady, like all that sort of thing. Do they even think about that? What if he'd said yes? And what if he just spent all his time absolutely ragging on the company? Like, do they even care about that?
No, because they paid Steve, so they would use that as a thing of you have to take it down. It was a paid for a service kind of thing, and they would try and say, would it go anywhere? No. But because they paid, because when you send it to anyone that doesn't have, there's a lot of reviewers out there, we all know them, that have no soul, and everything's great. Everything's amazing because they offered money. You owe them now because they gave you money and a free 4,000 hit device full of mango butthole. Because that's what's going to happen. And there's people that are coming up in this new industry and stuff like this. I can't speak on this as good as Steve can because it's what he does, but they don't talk crap, or not talk crap. They don't be honest about their reviews because they want that extra $25 they got, or they want to piss off this company and not get something else and not have content to make. Be fucking original, be fucking honest, and guess what? You'll attract the people, the audience that's going to support you, not just the flyby fans. That's it.
See, the thing is, if I wasn't in Australia, I would have said yes. If I wasn't in Australia, absolutely would have said yes. And I would have done exactly what you said there, Adam. I would have this is destroying our market. This is the bottom end. This should not exist. These are not well made. You can get these with a million different wrappers. Here's the company's website. Let me just show you. They sell them. The more you buy, the cheaper they are. I mean, they're selling them for $20. Just so you're aware, this is their wholesale site. It's $1.29 a piece. Up to 500, and then it starts going down. I mean, these are shit, and they taste like shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
so then they turn around and say, take it down, and you go, no,
no, I'm not going to.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're spammed on your content or your channels by 5,000 bots, talking crap or disliking and stuff like that,
right.
And all that stuff. And so a lot of times, if you're on the content creator side of it, you don't even want to be involved in that kind of situation because it's just going to make you look bad anyways. So I get it. It's a rough spot to be in. It's a rock and a hard place if you're just starting out, you know what I mean? You're trying to do stuff like that. I'm not a reviewer, so I could just be talking out about my butthole right now. But that's how I imagine it is. But a lot of people are afraid, and you can apply this to anything in life. A lot of people are afraid to be honest because of how many people will not fucking believe into it, or not believe into it, but appreciate your honesty. You know what I mean? A lot of people will be like, oh, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't like it. Why are you so negative? I'm not being negative. Actually, it doesn't work because of this, and this. No, you're just a hater. People are very simple-minded. People want fly-by information. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. That's not good. Okay, that's not good. But when you start getting into the why, no, you're just trying to point out something bad. You're just trying to be negative, and it's a hard place to be in, I imagine. That's why I review fucking dog food and dog poop bags.
Yeah.
I think I said it last week where I was talking about people who vape a certain way. That's the only way to vape. That's the only way to vape in their mind. And therefore, this thing that I've reviewed, that I've given positive reviews for, I'm obviously a shill because it's crap. It's crap. It doesn't work the way I vape, therefore it's crap. And I get a lot of those comments. It's I'm not going to take you seriously. You're so close. Yeah, you're so close-minded. It's automatically crap because it doesn't have massive airflow. No, it's a fucking mouth-to-lung pod. Okay, it's not for you because you don't vape like that. You're not open to that. Yeah. People are just like I said, they're simple. It's either good or bad, and the measure of good is whether I enjoy it. That's good. Anything I don't enjoy, that's bad.
Yeah,
and it's there's more to it than that. Come on, you've got to have figured out by now that with vaping, it's the flexibility. It's the fact that you can get, Yeah.
And for a little motivational blah blah, even though Adam didn't throw up the bumper, there's nothing wrong with questioning what you think you know. It doesn't mean if you put so much of yourself into your opinion, and then trying to change your opinion, even if your opinion is wrong, makes you question your integrity, you're already wrong. Questioning yourself is how you grow. Questioning how things work for other people is how you grow. A closed mind will never be able to accept criticism or think differently about what you think you know, and you're always going to be in a miserable spot forever because you're always putting yourself in that position to be miserable. Because guess what? Things change, things get better, and it's not everything that works for you works for everybody else. You have that mind frame and you have that mind state, you're going to be beating yourself up more than you think those opinions that aren't lined up with yours are. So don't do that.
Yeah.
What he said.
100%. We have gone over time, but all
gotta go.
Very relevant conversation, and I appreciate being able to talk about all that stuff. It's it's oh, look at that flip top, pew. Nice.
I don't like that. I like when the screw off. That's stupid.
You just listen to what you just said. Let's wrap it up, fellas. What's coming up this week, Mr. Reese Crandall? Reese.
We'll be back for Friday with lovely co-host Anthony Ramella. I don't know what the theme of the show is going to be, but last week we did a theme on cars and stuff like that. This week, Anthony will put together some hot cooking stuff, and we'll be back on that. And then, just so everyone knows, we will be taking off Christmas Eve. At least it's Christmas Eve here in the States. And then we are going to have a 4-hour show for New Year's. Ooh. And we're going to have some of the amigos that hang out in the chat on the show. And I don't know if I should say it yet, but Wintucky's going to be there. Mr. Wintucky Shine. He's always a great time.
Nice.
And see if we get some other people on there. And Anthony put together a montage of this year of stupid stuff that we've all said on the show. He's at about about 45 minutes worth of content there. And he says he's about like 3/4 of the way done. So it's probably good. That's going to be a good hour filler.
I would think that if you were to do a montage of all the stupid stuff you did on the show, you just have to watch all the episodes end to end.
Yeah. Autoplay on.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what's coming up with me. Otherwise, you can see me on Instagram. But guess what? I probably won't follow you back.
Yeah. Oh, I removed you as a follower anyway. You can do that on Insta. Yeah. Steve, what do you got coming up?
I have a live stream on Thursday. I have a live stream on Sunday. Usual sort of things that I do because I have no life. I'm going to the kitchen store tomorrow. I'm going to get some new cutting boards and a new pot because I was washing the pot. It was actually my stepson was washing the pot, and he brings it to me. He says, I think it's broken. And it's got a little heat ring around the bottom, and it's like hanging off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I used that yesterday. It was fine. What the fuck? What did you do? It's like, it's just like that. So, long story. I'm going to go get a new pot and some new cutting boards. You guys don't care about that, but it's relevant to me. And it also means that while I'm doing that, I won't be filming and editing. So there will be another review for this sometime this week.
I like that. I like that piece. Awesome. Thanks, fellas. Also, thank you to everyone in chat. You're always here, and you've spent most of the year with us, and probably longer as well. So, we're coming into the end of the year, and everyone's going to start getting emotional and say all this stuff like, I love you so much, and like all that sort of thing. We do very much appreciate everyone hanging out with us on our little channel. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Chris?
New year, new me. But guess what? You're still going to be the same piece of crap you were. No.
Yeah. Just with new shoes on.
That's about right.
Yeah. New underwear and new socks. Big love. But, it's coming into that crazy time as well. And, we're going to be here. We won't be stopping the hangouts. So, big love.
Can't stop, won't stop, can't make me.
That's right, 100%. We will see you next week, though, on this little channel, the Amigos Co Monday/Tuesday, with Riz Crandall and Legion Vapes and that other guy. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, I got to click the thing. That's right. Click the thing.
We're professionals here.
Yeah. Later.
Would you like to buy a YouTube show? 4,000 puffs.